Hi friends, this is a continuation of finishing the Harlequin on the Harlequin pouch on the vintage Singer machine for a viewer request, and I'm having issues with my phone when it's recording, so we're going to switch to the computer to see how that looks to finish this until my video cam comes in. So we're boxing the corners, and you stick your hand through the 3-inch opening and you put your seam allowances together in the center, and I fold one seam this way and one seam the opposite way to reduce the bulk. And then you're just going to sew what the seam allowance is, which is 3/8 of an inch. So let's do that. And my thread came out. Let's make sure we don't have problems like I did the other day trying to get that through the needle. The Gutermann thread should be better going through a needle because it's not, I say that now, but then it's going to give me a hard time. But, because it doesn't shed like Coats and Clark. I have a bunch of Coats and Clark thread left from when I sewed clothes. And so I'm using that up. I'm still buying, I buy Gutermann, and I'm out of a certain color until I use all my Coats and Clark. Get my pedal out of all these wires down here. Okay, seam allowance, 3/8 of an inch. Let's finish this baby. Just kind of fold it down. I drew a line to mark my 3/8 of an inch. It can come off. It's a permanent marker, but just take alcohol and it'll come off. I've tried the screw-in thing, and to me, I like this better. Okay, let's go. Back stitch, all the way across. Needle up, put your foot up, clip your threads. And I'm lining up the edge with my mark for 3/8 of an inch, so it'll go across straight. Back stitch on both ends. And trim your threads. This is our last step of sewing, and then we turn it out. They call birthing it. And let's see. I can't tell if that lighting is good or not. It's not showing up good on my computer. I'm hoping it's better. Needle down. I have to remind myself of that. Back stitch, back stitch. One more corner. I'm going to fold these evenly a little bit better. Let me see if you can get a better picture without the lighting. That looks kind of blurry. I'll have to see when I look at the video. Okay, needle down, back stitch. This is pretty thick right here, but it still goes through it. She's a tough little cookie. Okay, now we're going to birth her. It's always nerve-wracking to squish it up like this, but it works out. So I'm going to reach in and grab a corner and push, because between the vinyl and the decorative light, it is thick. This is why I leave a 3-inch. Maybe I need to leave a 4-inch next time, because I like using decorative light on these, even when I use vinyl, because it just gives it more stability. And the vinyl I use is pretty soft. I get it from My Pump Embroidery. This one's the red promo. I like all the promos because they're not real thick vinyl and they're soft and thin. You can use them on domestic machines. The glitter vinyl is really difficult with domestic machines. Don't like it. I have a Janome embroidery machine, and it didn't like embroidering on. It's so sticky, the glitter vinyl. Here we go. We're coming. If you had children, you know birthing is not easy, and this is the way it is with this. That's why they call it birthing. My little fingers get in there. I can get a grip on something. Goodness gracious, I never had this much problem with these pouches. And you don't want to be too rough because your waterproof vinyl will tear. That's why you make sure you double stitch back and forth, or it will come out. I did make a wristlet for this, and I'll show you that as soon as we birth it. As soon as we birth it. Hopefully it won't take the rest of the video to birth it. The struggle is real. Come on, vinyl. See, it makes you feel good when you see other people struggling. Birthing is not easy. I did a huge bag, the Alice bag. Who's the Alice bag by? It's either bag stock or blue cow, I think. I think it's bag stock. I can't remember. I'll have to look. But she's a big tote, and I made her the Alice tote, I think, on this one, and a little bit of my Janome. And it was a struggle because the neck here is so small, and on the Janome it's bigger than this, and also on this you got the motor that gets in the way and the light that gets in the way, and so it's hard to get things through this short distance when you're doing a big bag. Well, it may rip a little bit, but I'm going to re-sew it anyway. It does. Remember my saying, just because you struggle doesn't mean you don't put out a good product. Just because you make a mistake and you correct it doesn't mean it's not a good product. It's coming through. Definitely going to need an iron for this one. You can't iron the vinyl unless you iron on the back and use a Teflon sheet as the safest way. But you can steam it a little bit. But what I do is, let me get this out, I'm almost done. I don't want to break a nail either. My nails are already short. Got to get it through before I get my pokers out. Come on, Bertha. Birth this baby. Okay, now I got this out, I can stick my hand to the hole in the lining and push. It's easier to push once you get that out. Oh, those line up. I love these colors together, black and red. I'm not a Bulldog fan, and my husband and his whole family at the University of Georgia, but I'm a Gator fan. I grew up in Florida. But his whole family went to the University of Georgia. His brother went to a Christian school in Tennessee. Christian college in Tennessee, Brian. And graduated there, but he's a diehard Bulldog. They take it very seriously. Okay, I'm gonna get my pokers. I have a huge knitting needle that I use, and I use this in. It's not real sharp. It's still a point, but it's not real sharp. And then I have a rounded, I don't know where I got this or what it is. But I got two of them, so maybe it's some type of knitting needle. I don't think it is, but it could be. I don't know where I found it from. But a knitting needle, a wooden knitting needle is excellent for helping get the points out. And so, I need to push out a little bit further on this side. I put my nameplate on there before I put it all, started sewing it all together, which I had to do that off camera because I thought I'd be able to film it on my phone. If I did that off camera, the more I did off camera, the less I'd have to use up my storage. But it still didn't work. Okay. So there she is. She needs ironing. I need to sew the inside. Pretty. So what I did is I made a wristlet, and it's very simple. And I made this a thin one, so I cut it 2 inches long by 15 inches. The range is 12 to 20 inches, and so I did kind of in between. And so I folded it over in the center. I marked the center and folded it over in the center, and then I folded those two together, and I came up with this. I did a number 5 stitch length, and what I did, I used a rivet. And you see that one side is not bent because this gets real thick. So you have one strap that's just going straight in up against your little hook, and then one that folds over it. And I put a little bit of fabric glue, and then I did a stitch, and then I did a rivet. And all I'm going to do, I didn't do a side thing to connect it, but I like using number 5 zippers for this very reason. So I'm going to put it on the little, because the number 5 zippers give you a big hole where you can hook something to. And now you have a wristlet. So they can take it off or put it on and use this to unzip it. And there you have it. We finished it. Be looking for my next video. It's going to be on the Baronia bowler bag, which I love. I've already sold one. This is a very popular bag. It's easy to sew. You can do it on your domestic. I know it's big, but you can do it on your domestic. This one you probably struggle more because of the girth of the machine, but it's possible. If I can do the Meraki backpack on this machine, you can do the Barona backpack. And just because you struggle doesn't mean you don't put out a good product. But that's my next video. Be on the lookout for it. Thanks for staying. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And I'd love for you to subscribe and click that bell so you'll know when I put out my next video. Have a great day.